Hey guys, Gio here, and today I wanted to talk about the biggest mistake that I see men make overseas isn't scams, it's the wrong relationship. And I've watched it cost some guys their entire retirement, but I've seen it destroy more expats financially than bad investments or failed businesses. And that is the wrong relationship abroad. Not scams, not nightlife, but relationships. So after living overseas now for more than 10 years, I've watched men lose tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, men who've built women homes, who've given over 250,000 US dollars away. And it's delayed their retirement and completely derailed their financial future, all because they picked the wrong partner. So today we are going to talk about the hidden financial risks, real patterns that I've seen over and over, why this hits harder when you're living overseas, and how to protect yourself. So let's go ahead and get into it. Stick around.
Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate. Gio, let's go before it's too late.
I'm at a cafe called Tin Roof Cafe in Nairobi. It's just on the outskirts of Nairobi. It's called Karen. That's the area that it's in. And just finished ordering some great food. You can see I love these outdoor cafes in Nairobi. There's just a lot of them all over the place. And this place was fantastic. A great meal, great ambiance, great vibe, and I'm just discovering more and more of these. And so, the remaining time I have left here in Kenya, I'll be doing my videos outdoors at different settings. Here's the reality that I think most guys don't think about. When you date overseas, you're not just dating a person, you're often dating their family, their financial situation, their expectations, their culture. And back at least in the US, when two adults meet, they usually meet on relatively equal footing. They both have probably their own place, they both are employed. You might make more money than her, but she's at least probably supporting herself. But overseas, especially places like Kenya, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, what have you, there's often a massive income gap. Even if she genuinely likes you, that imbalance changes the whole dynamic of the relationship. Suddenly, it's not just paying for dates. So you're paying for meals, trips, rent help, medical bills, school fees, family emergencies, and none of it feels crazy at first. In fact, you kind of feel like a hero. You feel like you're putting on the cape and you're putting on you're the knight in shining armor. Because individually, when you start to think, oh, it's relatively cheap, each expense feels relatively small, but it does add up quickly. I've seen guys spend easily $800 to $1,500 extra per month without even realizing it. That's $10,000 to $18,000 extra per year. And that's before marriage. So the real long-term damage, and here's where things get a little bit more serious, the wrong relationship doesn't just cost you money today. It costs your future. And these are real outcomes that I've personally seen over and over again. Retirement can be delayed 5 to 10 years. I knew a guy who was ready to retire, move overseas. He was building her house, and this house was going to be the house that he would go and live in with her when he got to the Philippines. And then he wouldn't have rent or anything like that, so he would be able to live off the rest of his savings. Well, guess what? She ended up taking the house, and they broke up, and he was left with nothing, and now he's having to work 5 to 10 more years to get financially ready for retirement again. People's savings wiped out. Emergency funds gone, passive income never built, business plans abandoned, credit destroyed, and constant financial stress. All because they slowly became the permanent provider. And here's the dangerous part. Most men don't even realize it until they're deep into it. Most of the guys, they say, and I hear this over and over, they'll say, she just needs help right now. But right now becomes permanent. And overseas, walking away feels harder because you're emotionally invested, you've already spent the money, and you feel responsible. And you also don't want to look like the bad guy. And I think that's sunk cost fallacy in real life. So here are the biggest red flags. These are the warning signs that scream long-term financial risk. Everything becomes your responsibility. She shows no interest in improving her situation. There are constant emergencies. Family pressure starts appearing. You feel guilty when you say no. There are no financial boundaries, and you feel drained instead of inspired. And I feel like all healthy relationships should add energy to your relationship, not slowly bleed you dry. If you feel more like an ATM than a partner, that's your sign. Now here's why money tools matter. And this is where I want to talk about protection. When you live abroad, controlling your finances is extremely important. Personally, what I do is I use Capital One and Wise. And here's why. For my Capital One, it works well overseas. I've been using it for years. No problem living overseas. You don't need to notify them or anything. No foreign transaction fees. Strong fraud protection. Easy to use mobile app and reliable for everyday spending abroad. And what I do is mine, I get 3% cash back on groceries. So I use it for grocery shopping and then I just immediately pay the bill. Get 1.5% cash back on everything else. So use it for grocery shopping and then take care of everything else, with cash or whatever. And it really is my main card for daily life. It's attached to my phone for my Apple Pay or just in my wallet. And it's just, you feel a little safer than constantly using your ATM. And Wise is one of the best tools for living internationally. It allows you to hold multiple currencies, transfer money internationally very cheaply, avoid terrible exchange rates. You get the exact exchange rate of that moment, and send money without crazy bank fees. If you're paying rent, helping family, or transferring money abroad, Wise can save you a lot of time. But more importantly, it creates separation. I never give direct access to my primary bank. In fact, as far as any girl that I've ever dated, even married, they never even knew it existed. And Wise acts as a buffer layer, same with Capital One. And that one decision alone can prevent serious financial problems. The links are both down below in the description and also the pinned comment. So the real strategy, here's my advice after living overseas for a long time. Don't lead with money. That is probably the biggest mistake. So many guys are trying to impress her right away. I'll take care of it. Yeah, here's a spa day. Here, do this, do that. Trying to lead with their wallet. Big mistake. Lead with character. And I feel like a good partner overseas will respect your boundaries, want independence, work to improve their life, and not pressure you financially. And also appreciate effort, not just cash. There's nothing that used to annoy me more when you would spend some money or a lot of money on a girl and they won't even say thank you. And that happened in the Philippines a lot. I don't know if it's their culture or what, but often you'll do something for them and they won't even say thank you. So you're looking for someone who walks beside you. If she's serious, she'll respect your limits. And if she disappears when the money slows down, congratulations. You just saved yourself thousands of dollars and a lot of stress. So guys, living overseas, it can be incredible. In fact, it has been incredible for me. But the wrong relationship can quietly destroy everything you've worked for. So protect your future. Use smart financial tools like Capital One and Wise, again, in the description and also the pinned comment. Set boundaries early, and remember this. Love shouldn't feel like a monthly subscription. If this video helped you, guys, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below, and check out my website for all the travel gear that I highly recommend for traveling or living overseas. Like this PackSafe sling bag that I use to carry any kind of gear that I'm going to take out for the day, and it locks. Highly recommend this bag. Anyway, this is Gio on the go, and I will see you guys in the next one. Ciao.
Got these plans stuck in my head. Southeast Asia calling me instead. Bangkok nights and Bali shores. Sick of dreaming, want something more. Pack your bags, don't hesitate. Gio, let's go before it's too late.